What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Self-Centered. You already know we're here to shake up your life, sprinkle in some sass, and get you living your best, most centered life. I'm your host, Sheena, the queen of self-love, mindset shifts, and making sure you put yourself first. Today, we're diving into a topic that I know is a struggle for everyone because let's be real, life is busy. Between working, trying to have a social life, finding time for bae, and oh yeah, taking care of yourself, it's easy to feel like you're running on empty. So today, we're talking about work, life, and you, creating harmony in everyday life. Because balance, honey, it's a whole vibe. And if you don't find it, life will quickly start feeling like a chaotic, hot mess. But no worries. We're about to get you balanced and centered yellow pill style. So let me start off with a little truth bomb. Balance is a myth. Yep, I said it. Balance, as in having everything perfectly even, is a straight up fantasy. But don't worry, I'm not leaving you hanging. What you can aim for is harmony. It's not about giving equal attention to everything all the time. It's about knowing when to turn up the volume on one thing and turn it down on another. Think of your life as a playlist. Sometimes you need a little more work, hustle, and a little less Netflix and chill. And other times it's about cranking up the me time track because you're about to hit a burnout. It's about flowing with what you need in the moment and adjusting as you go. All right, let's get into some tips because you know I'm all about practical steps. This isn't some pie in the sky theory. We're getting real and we're getting organized. Tip 1 is to prioritize like you're a boss. Listen, you can't do everything. That's a fact. So what's important right now? What are your non-negotiables? Take a look at your to-do list and figure out which things are actually worth your time and which things you can push to the side. Work is important, sure, but your mental health and relationships deserve a top spot too. You got to stop acting like your life is some endless hustle. Newsflash, if you're not making time for you, you're doing it wrong. You don't need to be available 24/7 to everyone, period. Cut the people pleasing and start prioritizing what matters. Tip 2, schedule your you time first. Yeah, I said it. Most people schedule their work, their errands, their dates, and then they leave whatever's left over for themselves. That's backwards. You need to schedule your self-care and your personal time first. Put it on the calendar, set an alarm, whatever you need to do. You wouldn't flake on a work meeting, so don't flake on yourself. Whether it's taking a yoga class, reading, or just sitting with a glass of wine watching sunsets, make it a non-negotiable. Tip number 3 is the power of saying no. If your schedule is a disaster, it's probably because you're saying yes way too much. No is a full sentence, and it's one of the most powerful tools you have for creating balance in your life. If it doesn't serve you, if it drains you, if it's not aligned with who you are and what you're doing, you can say no and don't feel guilty about it. When you start protecting your energy and time, you'll find that life gets a whole lot more manageable. Don't overcommit because once you do, something's got to give, and usually that thing that gives is your peace. Tip number 4, multitasking is a lie. I know. You think you can handle 5 things at once. But guess what? Multitasking is a scam. All it does is divide your attention and make everything take longer. Focus on one thing at a time. Give it your full energy and knock it out, and then move on. That's how you stay efficient and avoid burning out. Let's keep it real. When you're trying to do too many things at once, nothing gets done right. You can't expect to maintain balance if your brain is constantly scattered between tasks. It's okay to take it slow and focus. So, before we jump into more tips for creating balance in your life, let me hit you with some quick knowledge. If you're loving this podcast and you want more tools to live your most self-centered, empowered life, I've got 2 game-changing books for you. Check out the Self-Love Letter and the Yellow Pill, your complete guide to a self-centered life. They're available on Amazon. Just type in Sheena Aaron and they'll pop right up. These books are the blueprint for anyone ready to level up their self-awareness, self-love, and all-around mindset. Trust me, you need these on your bookshelf. All right, let's get back to it. We talked about prioritizing, saying no, and ditching the multitasking trap. But there's one more thing we need to touch on when it comes to balance, and that's finding time for joy. Tip number 5 is don't forget to play. We get so caught up in work, errands, and responsibilities that we forget life is meant to be fun. When's the last time you played? And I'm not talking about hanging out with friends or scrolling on TikTok. I mean doing something that makes your soul sing. Whether it's dancing in your kitchen, trying out a new hobby, or just laughing until your stomach hurts. Don't forget to inject joy into your life. Playtime isn't just for kids. As adults, we need fun, laughter, and joy in our lives to stay balanced and energized. If you're not making time for what makes you smile, you're missing out on one of the best parts of life. Look, finding balance in a busy world doesn't mean giving equal time to every single thing. It means creating harmony that feels good to you. Some weeks you'll need to focus more on work. Other times you'll need to prioritize your personal life, and that's okay. The key is checking in with yourself regularly, making adjustments, and never forgetting that you come first. So this week, I want you to take a hard look at your schedule. Where are you overcommitted? Where can you create more time for yourself? And more importantly, where can you say no and make room for joy? Okay, so that's it for today's episode of Self-Centered. I hope you're walking away with some new tools to create harmony in your life and put yourself back at the center where you belong. And don't forget, if you need a little more self-love, self-care, and mindset magic in your life, head over to Amazon and grab my books, The Self-Love Letter and The Yellow Pill by typing in Sheena Aaron. They'll change your life. Trust me. Until next time, stay centered, stay balanced, and more importantly, stay you. Later.